Hey guys, Foolish Mortal back with some more Mass Effect 1. Forgot, I don't know if I picked this up already or not. No, there's another codex back here. And like I said, there's massive amounts of codex stuff that you can go in and read. I may not look at any of this until I finish the game and then just have maybe two or three episodes at the end of because some of them actually play themselves, and then some you actually have to read. So I may wait until the end of the series and do all of them at once, because I think it's really interesting to know more about the universe that BioWare created. I may do that in between. I don't know, maybe a few here and there. But let's see if anybody's got anything new to say.
Commander, do you have a minute?
Oh, yep.
I always make time for my officers.
Off the record, I think there's something wrong here. This Saren is looking for records on some kind of galactic extinction, but we can't get backup from the Council? Sorry, Commander. There's writing on the wall here, but someone isn't reading it.
That I will absolutely agree with.
The Council doesn't want to believe anything's wrong. I'd call it human nature, but...
I hear you. It just seems like a group that's been around as long as the Council should see this coming. And it's funny, we finally get out here, and the final frontier was already settled. And the residents don't even seem impressed by the view. Or the dangers.
Well, you're a romantic. Did you sign
So
on
you
for
can
the dream a little?
you can build up like
future in space.
like double romance
I read a lot of those
options,
books when I was a kid, where the hero goes to space.
and it can
prove
get
himself
really
worthy of the woman he
uncomfortable.
loves, or-
I don't really care for Caden that
Justice.
much, like romantically.
Maybe I was romantic in the beginning, but I thought about
I
it
think
after
his character, like the voice actor, is absolutely fantastic.
I'm not looking for the dream. I just want
But
to do some good.
BioWare just
See what's out.
underutilizes him. I mean, this
Sorry
is basically
if I
the
got
same
too
character
informed. Protocol
that
wasn't
he
a big
played
focus.
in
Odd.
Knights of the Old Republic. You know, kind of a little bit unsure of himself in a lot of ways.
Tell me about it.
Biotic acclimation and temperance didn't last past the air.
I mean, it's a good way for us to
brain camp.
find out about
Hall Dead is on
how biotics
We were
work and the
encouraged
interplay
to
between the
commit
races.
to an
but,
evaluation of
eh.
our abilities so an understanding of biotics could be compiled. There are worse results of accidental exposure to element zero in the womb. Beats the brain tumors some kids grew up with.
I heard all about that.
Oh,
How
excuse
companies
me.
would arrange accidents to expose people to element zero.
There was never any proof of that. It's not what happened in my case, anyway. My mother was downwind of a transport crash. It was before there were human biotics, a little after the discovery of the Martian ruins. It only gets iffy around 63 when Kinetics was running out of first-gen subjects. Until then, they'd relied on accidentals. A bunch of guys in suits show up at your door after school, and next thing you know, you're out on Jump Zero.
Jump Zero is Gagarin Station, right? What's it like?
Yeah, that's the official name. Biggest and farthest facility we had for decades. Right on the termination shock, the outer edge of the solar system. It's where they did all the Goose Chase FTL research before we caught on to using mass effect fields. It was a sterile research platform when I was there.
You know of any intentional exposures for certain?
No one knows. Doesn't mean they didn't happen. As big as the exposures were, it was hard to track down accidentals. It was different then. No one knew the potential, so there wasn't a lot of regulation. Anything Kinetics did was gold. I'm not saying they intentionally detonated drives over our outposts, but in retrospect, they were damn quick on the scene.
There were other kids in the same boat, right? At least you weren't alone out there.
That's true. We did have a little circle that'd get together every night before lights out. We didn't have much to do, though. It was a research platform then, and Kinetics kept Jump Zero off the extranet to prevent leaks.
Then you must have had plenty of time to get to know each other.
Yeah, We'd sit around and bull every night after dinner, play cards or network games. There was this girl named Rana, who had a little circle grow up around her. She was from Turkey. Her family was very rich. But she was smart and charming as hell. Beautiful. But not stuck up about it. Like you, I guess. Ma'am.
Dude, not interested.
Sounds like she was special to you.
She was. Maybe she felt the same. But things never felt together. Training, you know.
Jump Zero's a long way from home. What was it like?
The grand gateway to humanity looks a lot better in the vids. Anyway, this was supposed to be a casual debrief, not a bull session about stuff that happened years ago.
We have to depend on each other in combat. I like knowing what kind of man I have at my back.
I understand, ma'am. I won't let you down. You, make a habit of getting this personal with everyone?
Of course. But I don't enjoy it with everyone. We'll talk again later.
So even the
I'll need some
negative
time to
response
process
will
it.
still kind of give him a signal?
Yeah, I'd like that.
Oh well. It's kind of like when you're talking with Subject Zero in Mass Effect 2. It just kind of goes a certain way. Which I mean, I kind of understand the way why they wrote it like that, so... But I mean, yeah, Subject Zero,
Looking for
she's
supplies?
great. Great story. Great character arc, too.
Let's see what you got.
You bet, Commander.
Alright, so let's sell off these level 1 things. And probably all the level 2s, too. Yeah, these get really good. The improved sighting gets really good for sniper rifles. Sniper rifles later on. Yeah, we'll just go and sell everything. So we can eventually wear medium armor, but I don't think we can equip it yet. I think I'm going to go on and get that. Just for myself. Yeah, that's a huge upgrade. Well, not huge. I mean, shields are better. Still missing Omni tools, but oh well.
Commander, how are you?
Why did you want to be a C-Sec officer in the first place?
That's a good question. There were several reasons, I guess.
And
Like what?
Probably the same as most officers. I wanted to fight injustice, wanted to help people. I guess my father had something to do with it, too. He was C-Sec, one of the best. I grew up hearing about his accomplishments or seeing his picture on the vids after a big arrest. He's taking my resignation pretty hard.
He's not impressed that you're going after Saren?
My father's a C-Sec man to the bone. Do things right or don't do them at all, he says. He thinks I'm being too rash, too impatient. He's worried I'll become just like Saren. He actually talked me out of becoming a Spectre when I was younger, for the same reasons.
You were asked to be a Spectre.
Well, I was targeted as a possible Spectre candidate. Me and about 1,000 other Turian military recruits. I could have received special training, but my father didn't like it. He despises the Spectres. He hates the idea of someone having unlimited power with no accountability. He wouldn't like you, Commander. No offense.
Not all Spectres are like Saren, you know.
Of course not. But Saren's not going to play by our rules. C-Sec's rules. If you want to nail Saren, you need to send someone who isn't restricted by policies and procedures.
I don't really necessarily think that, because I know what this response is going to be, and I don't necessarily agree with it, but I know that you can't take somebody out like Saren and be a goody two-shoes about it.
You're a quick learner, Garrus. We'll beat him at his own game. It's the only way to stop someone like him.
I'm right behind you, Commander.
Yeah.
Commander?
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking. They're family, right?
Not everyone has a happy family life.
I know. But I'm not gonna bet she's on our side just because Benezia didn't hug her enough. I'll keep an eye on her. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
What's your opinion of the last mission?
Not sure I buy Dr. Tassoni's story about her and her mom not talking.
I think you only get credit for like the first thing that you
Not
say.
everyone
But
has a happy family life.
I know. But I'm not gonna bet she's on our side just because Benezia didn't
Sorry
hug her
about that.
enough. I'll keep an eye on her. Too bad those ruins got destroyed. I mean, they lasted thousands of years. That's impressive.
Do you have a few minutes to talk? One-on-one?
Sure. I was hoping to get a minute of your time off the record.
I keep an open door policy. If you have any concerns, lay 'em on me.
All right. I know things are different aboard the Normandy, but I'm concerned about the aliens, Vicarian and Rex. With all due respect, Commander, should they have full access to the ship?
see, I understand where Williams is coming from, because she's been groundside. I mean, when you find out a little bit more about her, you kind of...
Don't mince words, Chief. What's your concern?
This is the most advanced ship in the Alliance Navy.
I mean, she's just been
I
so
think we should give them free rein
isolated
to poke
and
around
away
vital
from
systems.
contact
Engines,
from
sensors,
other people
weapons.
or other races.
You don't trust the Alliance's allies?
I'm not
I mean,
sure I'd
it's
call the
hard for
Council
her to
races
kind of wrap her
allies.
head around them. I mean, she's
We-
never really been on the Citadel.
I mean,
She's
we have
never
to
really
learn to
been
rely on ourselves.
like out of the little comfort zone that she had for herself. So, I mean, I can kind of understand her. I mean, she grows out of it. So,
How do you get from relying on ourselves to mistreating our allies?
I don't mean we should mistreat them, Commander. I just think we should be prepared to go it without them. As noble as the Council members say now, if their backs are against the wall, they'll abandon us.
I don't see that as inevitable.
yeah,
Look,
I like to have
if you're
hope.
fighting a bear and the only way for you to survive is to sick your dog on it and run, you'll do it. As much as you love your dog, it
See, I
isn't
disagree
human.
with that completely.
It's not racism, not really. Members of their species will always be more important to them than humans are.
You sound like one of those Terra Firma party pamphlets, Chief.
Terra Firma is a pack of jackals. The founders had ideals. These days they just play off xenophobia and bigotry. I hope my reasons are more rational. My father, grandfather, great-grandmother, they all picked up a rifle and swore the oath of service. I guess we just tend to think of Earth's interests as our own.
It doesn't sound like you've worked with aliens before.
No, ma'am. Mainly I've been groundside, part of the surface garrison
See, I
forces.
think that's where a lot
I
of
did get a
her...
rotation and a space station for training. Every Marine a rifleman, every rifleman ZG certified.
That's odd. Your record is spotless and your technical scores are exemplary. You should be serving with the fleet.
Anyway, that's why I haven't served with many aliens, Commander.
I come from a military family, too. My parents were both Navy. Anybody in your family we might know?
Couldn't say, Commander. We probably have a lot in common. You join up to carry on the tradition?
Mainly I wanted to serve. Protect the Alliance, save lives, you know?
Glad to hear it. I'd hate to think you were out here for a free college education.
So, I mean, a lot of people kind of slap her down because of that. But, I mean, if all you do is shut down people with differing opinions, you never have the opportunity to change them. And I think that's just a tragic way to
Alright,
go through
I can see
life,
where your
is
concerns are coming from, Williams.
keeping
But this is a multilateral mission.
opinions
You're gonna
that
have to work
don't
with
match
aliens,
your
like it or
own
not.
away. I mean, we all
It won't be a
learn,
problem,
you
Commander.
know.
You say jump, I say
I mean,
hop.
life is
You tell me to kiss a
an
Turian,
exploration
I'll ask
of
which cheek.
differing ideas and values. I mean,
I don't think kissing Turians will be necessary.
again, I
You
think
never
this
know,
is
man.
why.
Dismissed, Chief.
Again, I think that's why the Mass Effect games are so good, because they bring up, I think I mentioned you can set up people's stuff here. I don't know why you can't set up their talents and stuff. Oh, well.
So, we've got Saren on the run.
It won't be long now. Saren's good, but I'm better.
Good. He's rotten. To the core. I could tell as soon as I met him.
Why didn't you tell me this sooner?
I would have if I thought it was important.
I think I'd like to hear about it just the same.
This was a while ago. A bunch of mercs were bragging about a job out near the edges of the Terminus systems. They said it paid well and the boss was never around to ride them. They said he was looking for more men, too. So I checked it out.
I didn't know Saren was openly recruiting mercs.
It wasn't that open, and he only showed his face once. We'd been raiding ships in the area for months when we took out this massive cargo freighter. Our biggest haul yet. I was on board checking bodies for valuables, looking for some extra credits. That's when I saw him.
What did Saren want with the ship?
I don't know what he wanted. He was just moving through the ship, watching. A couple of the mercs called him by name, but he never spoke to them. Never spoke to anyone. I had a really bad feeling about him, so I got the hell out. Didn't even wait to get paid.
What kind of cargo was the freighter carrying? What was Saren after?
I don't know. All I saw on that ship was food and medical supplies. There were some basic weapons, but nothing big. If there was anything of value on that ship, I didn't see it. That's why I didn't mention it sooner.
Whose ship was it?
There was a Volus trading vessel. Big one. Lots of guards. But they were no match for us.
That's the only time you saw him?
Yeah. Didn't even know who he was. Still wouldn't if I hadn't joined up with you. But my instincts were right. Every other merc on that mission turned up dead within a week. Every damn one.
So long, Rex.
Shepard.
Yeah, again, there's just so many interesting threads that are not necessarily required of the story, but it just adds layers and layers to it.
Oh, hello, Shepard.
Are you okay?
I don't know. Your ship is amazing, and your crew's been really great to me, especially your chief engineer. But I just sort of feel out of place. The Normandy runs so smooth it feels like we're not even moving, and the engines are so quiet. How do you sleep at night?
The silence wakes you up?
Back on the flotilla, the last thing you want to hear is silence. It means an engine's died or an air filter shut down. I guess you don't have to worry about that here. But old habits die hard. But it's more than just a silence. This ship feels so empty. It's like half the crew is missing. Back home, I couldn't wait to go on my pilgrimage. I couldn't wait to get away from the crowds. Now that I'm out here, I kind of miss them.
Sometimes we don't appreciate what we have till it's gone.
That is so true.
That's true.
It's a bit of a
I'm
cliche, but
starting
yes,
to
it is
wonder
true.
if that's what the pilgrimage is really about. It's given me a whole new perspective on my people and our culture. You know, there's always a few who go on their pilgrimages and never return. I always assumed something bad happened to them. But maybe they just wanted a different life.
You do plan to return to the migrant fleet, right?
I could never abandon my people, Shepard. I will go back
Again, I think
eventually,
it's something I really like
but we
about
have to
Tally.
stop
She's
scaring
just
first.
so
Otherwise,
dedicated to her
I might
people,
not have a home
but
to
at
go
the
back
same
to.
time, in the other games, we've already read all
I
of
should
those
go.
or went through those.
See you later.
she's really dedicated to her people, but at the same time, you can kind of influence her to not be anti-Geth, which, I mean, that whole plot element gets really complicated later, but it's totally interesting. And honestly, I can't wait to get into the second game. As much as I love the first one, I mean, the second one was damn near a perfect work of art. I mean, so yeah, I'm totally not a fanboy. All right. So moving on to my checklist, we're going to do. One second. Oh, I'm going to pause the video and look at something real quick. Hold on. Okay. So first we're going to go to Sparta. A lot of these missions...
Message coming in. Patching it through.
Commander Shepard, my name is Nasana Dantius. I have a job for you. I can't say any more in an unsecured communication. If you're interested in hearing my offer, meet me on the Citadel so we can talk in person. I'll be waiting in the Diplomat's Lounge on the Presidium.
Alright. So we'll be doing that before too long. I can't remember if we've went over this. So that's another Prothean data disk. And of course, all of these little things give us experience. And a lot of these little planets, I love like the little blurbs that they put up with each planet. Even if they're not like really relevant. Some gas deposit. It helps to flesh out the I guess another rare element. It really helps to flesh out the galaxy as a whole. Which they did this in the first one, but then in the other games they just, I don't know, they...
Commander, I'm picking up a signal from the planet's surface. It looks like an automated distress beacon.
So we'll go on and land. They took this part of the game. Let's see. We'll take them for this time. And the reason I'm switching them in and out is to just level them up a little bit. But basically, on these planet missions, just the commander and tally's all you really need. So we'll look at the map, and you can see like sometimes you get like little anomalies, distress beacons, and you've got these big wide open spaces, and this is where you'll find like crash probes sometimes, and mineral deposits. So, but first we'll just go to this destination, and I'll show this one, and then from then on I'll probably just pause the video between points, so you don't see my horrible driving. So the Mako is it's really floaty, and it bounces a lot, and you can actually fall off cliffs and damage your wheels sometimes. But get back, cat. I'm not cuddling with you right now. Stop it. Oh, come on. Hang on a second. So again, these really. So this is a mineral deposit. Well, come on. Well, sorry about I'm sorry, everybody. So these mineral deposits don't show up until you kind of drive close to them. So you actually kind of have to drive out. Oh, hang on. Oh gosh. Sorry about that, everybody. The cat decided she was going to wrap her leg in my microphone cord. And now she's sleeping on my arm while I'm trying to hold the controller. But she's so cute. So I'm hoping that the previous time I recorded this, I got down here and Tally's encryption, decryption, whichever it is, wasn't high enough. So electronic skill too low. So I'm going to put 2 points in it. Still too low. Oh, wow. There we go. So I had to put all 4 of her points into one skill. So next time we'll put the next 4 into her decryption. Hopefully that won't come back to bite us in the butt later. I mean, another way to go is to have her concentrate on one, and then maybe Garrus concentrate on the other. They complement each other pretty well, and they have some really funny conversation interactions too. So.
Got it.
Aww. See, when I played this on the Xbox, the graphics were, the graphics were so poor, I never realized that that was a Solarian body. Like, I looked at it for ages, and it was just so pixelated you couldn't see it. So that's an ID tag for the League of One. So now we'll go down here to the distress signal. So actually playing this on the PC with just a few INI file adjustments has actually completely changed my appreciation of this game. I mean, it is amazing. I mean, the graphics and everything were like this originally. Sorry about that. Oh, dang cat. That they included that originally and just had some really poor. Oh, okay. Well, now she's down. Just some poor INI files, just to kind of help the game play on lower end computers, and it never, like, you could turn it up on the. Not saving over that. Ooh, and this is a Thresher bomb, our first one. There's not very many in the game, but I will show you like a little trick. If you kill this in the Mako, you don't get very many experience points. kind of like killing the. Whoop, there we go. There we go. So you get $2,000 for killing him, and about 450 experience points. So it's definitely worth doing that little trick. And basically, what you do is you whittle them down, and then just kill that last little bit.
Alliance soldiers. Looks like they were lured here by the distress beacon.
These are Admiral Kahoku's men. We need to tell him what happened here.
Yeah. Okay. So I don't think that there's anything else on this planet. I think you can kind of go down here. We'll drive down there real quick. Usually there's not anything like really close to the edges of the map, so you don't have to drive all the way over. We'll drive down here and see if there's anything. But yeah, it's a good way to kind of farm up a little bit extra experience, because it's just so hard to get experience points sometimes because you get so little for killing stuff. So. But it's just the Mako is so bouncy. Oh well, there is something down here. And a lot of times you'll find yourself just like trying so hard to go up like those last few feet of the mountain, or yeah. Whoa. Polonium. Okay. There we go. So that's another 60 experience and quite a bit of money, actually. So, alrighty. So then you just hit the X button and pop back to the Normandy. And I can check that off my list once again. And I'll go on and call that a video. And I will see you guys in the next one. We're going to be going and doing a few of the... let's see. We can't go back to see her just yet. We're going to be doing Hostile Takeover. So we'll be doing the first two sections of that mission. So we'll meet you in Gemini Sigma, Han, Mavigon. So we'll be over there. Let's see. So there's two other systems to explore, and we'll come back for those. Gemini Sigma and Han. Well, I didn't intentionally do this, or I didn't intend to do this, so we'll just go on and watch it. Mavigon. Yeah, there we go. So I'll explore this system, and then we'll land on Mavigon and do the first section of that mission, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.